I'll start with a simple question to everyone. I'll just keep this open. In my very short presentation just now, can you let me know what resonated with you? Anyone can start. Maybe I'll start here, Mr. Pham, and then we can work the way down.
So the first is AI always come with the data. So the most important is our good quality of our data in order to create very powerful AI tools.
What I really like was the way how you explained the maturity level. So I was really thinking where we are as German company. IBM Pubs is from Germany. And I recognize, yes, we have a strong focus on technology, on data, but of course on the people. So I would really underline, and that also confirms my experiences, you have to focus on people. That's my...
One, I would really like to find out who the respondents to the surveys are who qualify as thrivers versus survivors. The second bit here is that we tend to overestimate the impact of AI in the short term, but really underestimate the impact of the implementation of AI in the long run. Almost 70-80% of revenues generated from AI today is not actually from AI, but from consulting firms charging large companies on the implementation of AI. That's one. And two, the fact of the matter is AI today is a productivity enhancer. It's still prone to hallucination. It is still prone to, it still requires human oversight in order to ensure stability and resilience. And that, from that perspective, and how that will evolve will be quite interesting.
Thank you. Varun, welcome.
Yeah, it's working. Yeah. So I got only the second half of the presentation, which already was quite insightful. But what I really liked was on the thrivers and, the strivers, right? So I think even before the age of AI, there were always been, people who have been thriving with technology. But today, when we look at AI, there are two kind of people. Somebody who says, let's start small and go big, or somebody who says, let's start big so that somewhere we end up in the middle. I firmly believe the way to start is to start or think big and land somewhere. So whenever I go into discovery workshops with customers, I say, think of it like you had a magic wand, right? Let's start at something almost unimaginable and then come down. Because if we start going down and we start setting a lot of bottlenecks and start thinking small, it's very hard to get rid of it and go up. So I thought, when you talked about thrivers, when you talked about some of the 4x, 8x growth, I thought one of the reasons thrivers do well is also not just about the technology, but about the mindset to maximize and do big. So that was a takeaway.
Thank you. Masahiko-san?
Yes. As a management side, what you have explained, I completely agreed. And I myself want to be the part of the thrivers. And I would like to think that way. But when it comes to reality, when you talk to your employees, when you talk to your group leaders, they don't think that way. So in order to educate those people, I think we need to make a sort of culture in order to, for them to really understand the capability of AI. And I think the AI itself cannot do anything. So as I said before, we need to combine different technologies, different values together in order to make use of AI and then explore the value that you want to create for the society.
Thank you. Thomas, I'll go to you first and ask, how is your company using AI and what's your journey so far? What your challenges are and how has FPT helped you?
Well, so first of all, before I answer your question, what is our company doing? So we are a German family-owned company, and we focus on the development and production of technologies for air and cooling and heating. And yes, we generate around about 2.5 billion euro sales with 13,000 people located in South Germany. So maybe not so nice as Da Nang, but if you visit us, we are close to Rottenburg, which is also very famous, especially for Asian people. So you are welcome. Please come to us. And coming back to question of IBM Pubs and what we are doing, yes, for us is AI possibility to really improve efficiency of our products in an unexpected way. So if you look at our company, maybe when we develop new generation of products in a conventional way, we can improve 3-4%. But looking at AI possibilities on software level and digitalization, we can achieve 40 or 50% of efficiency improvement, which is really necessary, especially when you're talking about cooling, for example, for data centers. So for us, AI is not kind of nice to have, but must. It's a possibility to differentiate in the future, to keep our competitiveness. And I really believe that this technology is needed. It's a game changer for us.
Right. Any other comments? Kevin, do you want to add something in?
Well, quite simple. We are Audex. We spun out from Standard Chartered Bank. We built a bank in the box that we sell massive, comprehensive software for any banks around the world to create speedboats for digital business models. For me, I embed AI in almost everything that we do, both on the product side and on the productivity side. So on the productivity side of the equation, all our engineers run on AI models, and therefore we track them very closely on pull requests, commit, features per sprint, as well as code plus errors. I think errors is the one that most people don't measure. Error rates, review rates are highly important. We also have automated RFP responses, automated marketing builds. My marketing team who runs websites, social, you see that online is a grand total of 2 people, a 30-year-old girl and a 25-year-old girl. So it's been great, but we are all still, I believe, at the early stages of this implementation and to see the real uplift for the future.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Pham, I want to ask you, it's been a year since we've met, right? What have you learned, all right, about your own AI journey, and where will FPT make investments?
Actually, I didn't believe it just 2 years. Actually, I thought that it's 10 years because so many things happens in past 2 years. And for past 5 years, the FPT have invested more than 100 millions for AI to become an AI first company. And nowadays, every our service offerings powered by AI. Every methodologies, every SDLC driven by AI. Every our solution embedded with AI. And every engineer augmented by AI. And we have launched our own AI platform named Flexibilities in order to facilitate, in order to disrupt our deliveries and bring new values for our customer in more efficient way, much faster and cheaper. So with the flexibility, we embedded a lot of new AI toolset from Code Vista, Test Vista, Agentic AI, in order to boost up productivities by 30% and reduce the duration of projects to 50%. And very important, to reduce the rework activities more than 50%. So flexibility is also integrate a lot of our vertical best practice into the platform so that we can create an MVP nowadays in just few clicks. We do believe with the new AI platform, we can bring new value to our customer based on 3 main principles: customer-centric, business-driven, and significant outcomes every 3 months. So that's our commitment to bring the speed and qualities to our customers.
Thank you. Now, we've got Varun from SAP here, so I'm sure we have some SAP customers in the room. I'm going to ask Varun a very, very important question. What is your view of AI agents and how will it be integrated into the business?
Thank you for the question. And I think a great insights already about how we cannot wait for AI to be embedded everywhere. Of course, it will come, but then it was also important to start somewhere. But I think as SAP, we have been always very clear that our mission or what businesses expect of us with 87% of the world's commerce running on SAP is not to build the largest multi-million dollar or a multi-million token AI model, right? Nobody expects SAP to build a chat GPT competition or a Gemini competition or a Llama competition. What people do expect from SAP is how can my business process become more intelligent? How can my business process be more autonomous? And how can my business process be more bottleneck free with a technology like AI? So today, if you look for us, AI is an enabler to make. If you take a process, so for example, most of you might be aware of the procure to pay process, right? Place a purchase requisition, purchase order. Once it's purchased, you look at the invoice and pay the customer back. So in this process, how many clicks does it take to actually do this process today in the system? So the lesser number of clicks means the system is more autonomous. And can it tell me where to buy, whom to buy from, and when to buy? That is intelligent, yeah? And then is there somebody always waiting to be approving it? Without the person's approval, the purchase order doesn't go forward. That is a bottleneck. So if you look at autonomous, which is less number of clicks, bottleneck free, no waiting for manual approval, and intelligent, which tells me what to do, when to do, how to do, is what for us AI means in a business process as a company. And where agents play a role is where now we have specific agents in these business process. So right from production order planning agent or a buying agent, which can do right from RFPs to having a conversation with suppliers, or a job recruitment agent in SuccessFactors, which are a HR solution, which can negotiate the time for an interview, identify the right questions, shortlist the resume. So every agent is something that helps to make the business process more intelligent, autonomous, and bottleneck free. So SAP in Sapphire in May, we announced more than 40 agents out of the box. We also introduced something called as a Agent Builder Studio with Joule. So you can build your own agents, but you also have some agents coming out of the box, and also working very closely with partners like FPT to ensure that some very industry specific AI innovations, even with NEC for that matter in Japan, we're already looking at some very specific models built by NEC, how they can be working very closely with the SAP models, ultimately in a very specific business scenario to make it more intelligent, autonomous, and bottleneck free. So those are the three keywords I would say.
Thank you. Now, in the interest of time, I'm going to have one last question. And this is also a very important question to me as a researcher. So I'm going to ask Mr. Pham this question to you. I hinted at the relationship between enterprises and their services companies. So how can FPT to elevate itself to become more than just a technology services supplier in this area of domain-specific AI?
We don't position FPT to a company who provides AI technologies only. We commit to become a global AI SI company. So, and we prepare quite long for this mission. For example, 2 years ago, we opened the new AI faculties in our FPT universities. Since last year, we opened 2 AI factories in Japan and in Vietnam. And we reskill 100% of our engineer to become an AI augmented engineer. And the very important is we have set up the JV or the joint lab, R&D lab in AI with our strategic customer. Nowadays, we are running around 10 the JV or joint lab with our customer with the aim to create the new AI power practice for the industries. Some names, the new AI power solution from FPT, I can say is I2 for manufacturing, Confidant AIDP for insurance, or X mainframe to accelerate legacy modernization. And FPT committed to continue our investment in AI by creating more AI factories in the new market to produce minimum 2,000 AI engineers every year and continue to establish the new JV with our customer.
Thank you, Mr. Pham. And I don't know any other country that can do that at scale. So thank you so much for your attention, and please thank the panelists for their participation in today's event.
Thank you.